We'll be beginning our programming today. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us for an Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund announcement. Before we begin, I would like to also acknowledge that this event is taking place on the traditional land of the Treaty 7 Plains First Nations. To build respectful relationships, acknowledging the land is an important part of reconciliation. It honors the authentic history of North America and its original people and tells the story of the creation of this country. In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that we live, work, and play on traditional territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, the Siksika, Kainai, Piikani, the Stoney Nakoda Nations, Tsuut'ina Nation, and the Métis Region Number 3, and all people who make their homes in Treaty 7 region of Southern Alberta. Again, today we will be hearing from Ms. Mary Moran, the CEO of Calgary Economic Development and the Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund, Mr. Trevor Haynes, the co-founder and CEO of LodgeLink, and His Worship Naheed Nenshi, Mayor of Calgary. I'll now ask Ms. Moran to please open the proceedings.
Thanks so much, Brad, and good morning, everyone. COVID certainly has forced us to go without our usual conference, but I'm pleased to be part of this virtual event for our latest funding agreement from the Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund. As the CEO of OCIF, I'm representing our board chair, Mark Blackwell, who couldn't be with us today, as well as all the other members of the OCIF board of directors, as we announce up to $3 million in support for LodgeLink for the creation of up to 300 tech positions as part of a larger 600 job opportunity in Calgary. The agreement with LodgeLink is one of the most exciting announcements that we have had the privilege to make on behalf of OCIF. In a lot of ways, the LodgeLink story epitomizes Calgary. As a company and a city, we are building on our traditional strengths, embracing advanced technology, and using it to grow businesses and expand into new markets. LodgeLink is growing from its roots in the oil and gas service sector to become a tech-focused business in the growing crew travel industry in North America and around the world. LodgeLink's digital B2B workplace platform links hotels, remote camps, lodges, ground transportation, and airlines, duties of care, and other service providers with businesses across a number of sectors that are seeking large crew transportation solutions. The key to their success is the high-tech platform LodgeLink has put in place to serve businesses in the efficient front-end booking of large crews, but more importantly, the back-end accounting reconciliation of many of the moving parts involved in large crew travel. I'd like to congratulate Trevor Haynes and all the people at LodgeLink and its parent company, Black Diamond Group, for all their success today. I am very confident that they are just getting started. When OCIF was established by the City of Calgary to encourage economic growth and diversification, this is one of the types of game-changing funding agreements that was envisioned. It will support an ambitious local company that had the option to set up its new tech company anywhere in the world. And they made an investment in downtown Calgary to create new types of jobs for local Calgarians. OCIF is specifically supporting the creation of 300 new tech jobs as part of the 600 net new jobs that will be created locally over the next 5 years. These are good, high-paying jobs that will be important to the city as we embrace digital technologies and transformation and take on the world's biggest challenges. The LodgeLink Tech Center will add to the vibrancy of the already emerging tech ecosystem here in Calgary and take up 50,000 square feet in downtown office space. OCIF has a mandate to support and accelerate Calgary's economic long-term growth and diversification set out in Calgary in the New Economy, and it invests in funds to achieve this goal. I can assure you that the board could see that the support of LodgeLink by OCIF is an investment in expanding and broadening our local tech ecosystem while supporting an established industry player to apply technology and solve problems across a number of industries, not just oil and gas, but mining, emergency response, and many more. We all have been extremely impressed with Trevor and the entire team at LodgeLink, and we are excited to support our collective vision of helping to digitize and transform industries, starting right here in Calgary. Brad mentioned this is our 14th funding agreement in the last 2 years. With today's announcements, Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund has committed $42 million of those to those organizations that are dispersed as milestones are achieved. The funding supported from Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund has prompted investment commitments of up to $636 million in Calgary. That's a 15-to-1 ratio, and an example of how we are leveraging Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund to attract more investment and create a stronger, more diverse economy in Calgary. I'll now turn the proceedings back to Brad to introduce Trevor so he can give you some more details and insights into the LodgeLink story and why being in Calgary is a vital component of his company's future success. Over to you, Brad.
Mary. Thanks, Mary. Sorry. And a reminder, if you do have questions, please post them in the Q&A. I'd now like Mr. Trevor Haynes, co-founder and CEO of LodgeLink, to take the podium.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Mary, and good morning to everybody. All of us here at LodgeLink are very excited to be embarking on this partnership together. It is the result of a fairly long conversation. I think Mary and myself first spoke over a year ago, and with Mark Blackwell and others on the OCIF team. And at that time, as myself and my colleagues at Black Diamond were looking at different ways that we could leverage our experience in terms of handling remote accommodation and workforce travel, and whether or not we could apply technology to getting at the many inefficiencies that exist in the full travel cycle. And we were at that point looking at where we would house our tech hub. And Calgary was not the obvious choice, quite honestly. But in listening to Mary and Mark and others, and meeting other people in the Calgary ecosystem that are building a new tech base here, it became quite compelling and, in fact, increasingly exciting. And we could envision ourselves as part of this ecosystem and adding to the vibrancy of it. And so we think this is the beginning of that. Just very quickly, in terms of what LodgeLink does, so when you look at companies that need to move workforce on a crew basis in and around various areas as they conduct their work, there's a lot of complexity to it. You have to find and book accommodation, which our system does, as well as airline seats, et cetera. But there's a fairly complicated process of being able to track the people, be able to track the costs of those people, track where they're at, and allow our companies, our customers, to be able to, in turn, take all of that information and then invoice their customers. And so there's a big logistics management, cost management, and even a payment system in behind, as we find ways to be able to pay all of the various suppliers that are used in the whole process. And then emerging also is the concept of duty of care and the ability for companies to be able to know where their people are in the event that certain things were to occur. And so if you think of LodgeLink, we're knitting all of this together and solving these problems, many of which take quite a bit of work if you don't use technology. And so when we think of the people that we need, we've already started to recruit. Just over 2 years ago, we were just 3 people. We have 60 people working full-time at LodgeLink today. We're running double our volumes from a year ago, and that's even in a year where in the second quarter, with travel restrictions related to COVID, workforce travel essentially went to zero. And we expect to be doubling again, or more so, over the next 12 months. So to continue to build our system and to be able to tie it into all the various suppliers, direct connect into airlines and hotels, and building out these payment systems, tying into property management systems, we need talent, and we need a lot of tech talent. And so we've collected some very talented people already, and they tend to be from various parts of the world: India, Africa, Eastern Europe, other parts of Canada. And we're going to need to continue to do so. And the support of OCIF is very, very important in this regard. And then we're going to connect with our education institutions here in town and bring talent from our schools here into our platform, as well as those who are looking to reskill and start a new career. So we're really excited. It's an evolution for Black Diamond, and as we move beyond our oil and gas base, and I think it's an evolution for the City of Calgary. And my compliments to those who are leading the vision here of creating this new vibrant tech hub or ecosystem in Calgary. And we're really excited to be part of it. And we expect over the years that we'll contribute far more than the partnership entails today. So thank you again. We're really excited, and we look forward to the future of building together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trevor. Mayor Nenshi.
Well, thanks very much, Brad, and congratulations, Trevor, on, I think, a really exciting next chapter here. You know, there's two things about this particular project that get me excited and realize what a great match it is for the Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund. By the way, I'm not just the mayor. I'm also a board member of the Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund. And as such, I know that we have done an extraordinary amount of due diligence on this file. In fact, you probably feel the same way, Trevor, but I cannot believe we're actually at the announcement. There's been so much back and forth on this particular file because we wanted to get this one exactly right because it is so important. So there's two really interesting things about this in addition to what we've already heard around the tech ecosystem. The first is that this is one of those great examples of disruption where we look at an existing industry rather than creating something brand new and look at the friction points and the challenges and realize that there are opportunities to fix those through new technology. And you think about the massive changes that have happened in the digitization of the economy and of our lives, it's exactly these kinds of plays that have made the difference. You know, you think about the taxi industry, you think about the delivery industry, and you think about how tech can disrupt and make it easier for people to do things that they need to do anyway. And bringing that together with a simple technology platform is an incredible opportunity. You know, one example of this is our most recent unicorn here in Calgary at Benevity, who saw a way to change the way that corporations engage with their employees, help them do good work, use a technology platform to do it, and boom, you got a $1 billion company. So Trevor, $1 billion company, that's the goal, okay? And the other thing that is exciting here for me is the fact that like previous investments at the Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund, such as Adibotics, this would not in fact have been possible if not for the expertise we have in the energy industry. And you know, some people in our community are scared of the word transition. I am not scared of it. The new economy is something that will either happen to us or something that we can lead. And the fact that we have such deep talent pools in this city, people who understand energy, people who understand logistics and big teams and figuring out how to make complex things happen. These are exactly the sort of skills that we have the ability to apply in new ways. So the other thing that really excited me about LodgeLink is its growth out of the oil and gas sector, using the skills gained in that sector to create something brand new of enormous value to the world. We have an economic development strategy here in Calgary. I forget what it's called, Mary. Calgary in the new economy. Mary pays me a commission every time I say that. And I always want to remind people what the mission of that the vision of that economic development strategy is. The first part could belong to any city. It is to be Canada's destination of choice for the world's best entrepreneurs. Of course, we want to do that. Everybody wants to do that. For me, the second part is the most exciting part. We want to be Canada's destination of choice for the world's best entrepreneurs who want to solve the world's biggest problems. Whether those are problems in energy or in feeding 7.2 billion people in agri-food and agribusiness, or in managing complex transportation and logistics in a changing world. And I think that today's announcement is a great example of entrepreneurs trying to solve big problems and doing it right here in Calgary. So we're excited about you being in downtown Calgary. We're excited about the emerging ecosystem there. We are excited about spending time with you to help build that ecosystem. We're excited about the 600 or more jobs that will be created out of this. And ultimately, this is a terrific investment for the people of Calgary through the Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you to Mary and the team for their hard work on this one. I know this one has been a lot of time and a lot of thinking creatively here. And all the best. I cannot wait to see the growth of LodgeLink.
Thank you very much, Mayor. As a reminder, if you do have questions, please post them in the Q&A at the bottom of your screen. And we do have our first question in, and the question is for Trevor. Trevor, a question from Amanda Stevenson. You say that Calgary was not the obvious choice for the location for this company. Why not? And what other markets would you have potentially considered? And what specifically made you change your mind?
Yeah, so with the Black Diamond platform, and Black Diamond is the parent company of LodgeLink, we operate in various centers around Canada, the US, as well as Australia. And so I would say it's more of the sort of the obvious assumption that the tech talent needed exists in other areas. And it wasn't until certain people like Mary and Mark Blackwell and other members of OCIF team and board began talking with me that I understood better what already exists here, but also the vision that they have of what they could build. And so my team and myself started looking at it saying, could we do this here? Can we bring the talent? And do we think we'll be able to create a pool of talent within the city that could support a fast-growing company? And of course, the mayor mentioned Benevity, and others like Solium have also been proving out over the last few years that it can be done here. So that, just on a linear basis, was the thinking of myself and my team. And ultimately choosing Calgary. Quick to point out, I'm a Calgarian. I've built other businesses here in the city, and I think it's a fantastic business city. So I did have a bias. I just needed to learn more about the vision for the new tech ecosystem.
Fabulous. Thank you, Trevor. We have two questions from Scott Dipple from CBC. Trevor, why downtown, and why was downtown chosen particularly for the new location of the office? Black Diamond itself is already located downtown, and so I think downtown Calgary is a very efficient business center, and we had space in close proximity to where the parent company is based, and so it made perfect sense to us. And we think the growth of the platform can be handled in terms of the amount of capacity that we'll need as we think forward. Some people ask about culture and a tech culture. I tell you that LodgeLink has a very techie feel, and we're able to demise and create space that matches how our people work and interact. You don't have to be outside of downtown to achieve that. Thank you, Trevor. Follow-up question from Scott as well is, could you provide information on the potential timelines for the new hires? We're hiring as we speak. We had to take a bit of a breather through 2020. The travel industry where LodgeLink is servicing customers was impacted perhaps at more than or as much as any other industry. And so we were able to keep our employees and focus on product development and repositioning with customers and suppliers. And we've begun hiring again as we've moved into the fall, and we've got a reasonably strong hiring plan for 2021. We're monitoring very closely what the economy is doing as hopefully the pandemic is beginning to recede. And so activities of travel will start to ramp up. And in that case, we'll ramp up the hiring to match what's happening in the system. Fabulous, thank you. One more question from Scott regarding location of the office in downtown. Has there been a location chosen at this date, or are you still searching? Has been chosen. We're at Millennium Tower, right in Eau Claire. Fabulous, thank you. There are no other questions in the queue. Again, one last opportunity if anybody does have a question, if they care to enter it into the Q&A. If not, we will be closing the proceedings. We'll give it 15 seconds to see if anybody can type that fast. We're seeing nothing come in, so I want to thank everybody this morning for being here. Mayor, Mary, and Trevor, thank you for your time and for the information. For everybody on the line, we appreciate you taking part in this Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund event. And we wish everybody a very happy, safe, and healthy holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.